Introduction to the original meditation method of the Buddha, Tathāgata Meditation in the Pali Canon, or meditation practice, is a wholesome and pure way of life, an upward-leading educational method. This research work focuses solely on Tathāgata meditation and does not address patriarchal meditation. Here, we confine ourselves to the Pali Sutta Pitaka and do not delve into the Pali Abhidhamma Pitaka with the intention of introducing the Buddhist what original meditation is. First, we explore the personal experiences of the Buddha before his enlightenment, during his enlightenment, throughout his 45 years of teaching, and finally at the time of his parinirvana. Next, we introduce the meditation method to the Buddha's teachings and scriptures, emphasizing meditation as a wholesome and pure way of life, an upward-leading educational method that can be applied immediately in the present life, and as a process leading to liberation and enlightenment. Finally, we introduce a specific meditation method, the Ānāpānasati method, or mindfulness of breathing in and out, an original meditation method taught by the Buddha, a method of calming and insight, concentration, and wisdom practice together, which anyone can practice right now for themselves. All our presentations clearly indicate their sources, citing from which Pali Sutta Pitaka they are drawn, to confirm that these are the Buddha's teachings, not the imaginings of the speaker, and to help those who wish to research the materials themselves to trace them back to their accurate origins. The Buddha's personal experiences with meditation ***. First, we present the Buddha's personal experiences with meditation. Meditation is a method innovated by the Buddha based on his own practice experiences, not taught by anyone else, and it was through these personal experiences that he was able to establish a unique and marvelous method of liberation and enlightenment, the method of morality, concentration, and wisdom. First experience ***. The Buddha's first meditation experience was when he studied under Ra Kalama, the method of the realm of nothingness, and under Uddaka Ramapada, the method of the realm of neither perception nor non-perception. These were two non-Buddhist meditation methods that he learned, practiced, mastered, and was confirmed by the two teachers as having truly realized them. However, he realized that these two methods did not lead to liberation, so he left them. The two teachers confirmed, the Dhamma that I have known, realized, attained, and declared, that very Dhamma the wise one has known, realized, attained, and abides in. The Dhamma that the wise one has known, realized, attained, and abides in, that very Dhamma I have known, realized, attained, and declared. The Dhamma that I know, that very Dhamma the wise one knows, the Dhamma that the wise one knows, that very Dhamma I know. As I am, so is the wise one. As the wise one is, so am I. Come now, wise one. Let us both take care of this assembly. ***. He said, thus, O monks, Ra Kalama, my teacher, place me, his disciple, on equal level with himself and honor me with the highest honor. Then, O monks, I thought to myself, this Dhamma does not lead to disenchantment, to dispassion, to cessation, to peace, to direct knowledge, to enlightenment, to nibbana, but only to the attainment of the realm of nothingness. Thus, O monks, I did not honor this Dhamma, and rejecting it, I departed. Second experience ***. The second experience was before the Buddha's enlightenment, when he wanted to eliminate desires but had not yet practiced meditation. So he had not yet eliminated greed, hatred, and delusion, as the following passage clearly states. O Mahanama, in the past, when I was a bodhisattva, not yet enlightened, not yet fully awakened, I clearly saw with right wisdom. Sensual pleasures are of little satisfaction, much suffering, much despair, and the danger in them is even greater. Although I clearly saw this with right wisdom, I had not yet attained the joy and happiness that arise from renunciation, from the abandonment of unwholesome states, or any other higher state, and thus I knew that I was still under the influence of sensual pleasures. But when I clearly saw with right wisdom, sensual pleasures are of little satisfaction, much suffering, much despair, and the danger in them is even greater, and I attained the joy and happiness that arise from renunciation, from the abandonment of unwholesome states, or a higher state, then I was free from the influence of sensual pleasures. ***. This experience clearly shows that merely contemplating the truth that sensual pleasures bring little satisfaction and much suffering is not enough. One must practice meditation. That is, attain the joy and happiness born of renunciation, to subdue and eliminate sensual desires. It was through this experience that the Buddha later practiced meditation to subdue sensual desires and established a method of morality, concentration, and wisdom, in which meditation leads the practitioner to enlightenment and liberation. Third experience ***. The third experience of the ascetic Gautama was after 6 years of austere practices. He realized that austerity does not lead to enlightenment and liberation, so he abandoned austerity and went to Uruvela. There, he found a delightful place with a clear river flowing nearby, a comfortable grove, and a convenient dwelling for meditation. He chose that place and decided to sit down there to practice. But 3 similes arose, helping him understand how to practice meditation effectively. First simile ***. A person takes a piece of wet wood full of sap, places it in water, and rubs it with a fire-making tool to ignite a fire. Naturally, under these conditions, the fire cannot be kindled. Second simile ***. This time the wood is still wet and full of sap, but is taken out of the water. If rubbed with fire-making tool, the fire still cannot be kindled. Third simile ***. A piece of dry wood, free of sap, taken out of water and placed on dry land. If this person rubs it with a fire-making tool, the fire can be kindled. This simile showed the ascetic Gautama that to practice meditation effectively, one must renounce desires and unwholesome states, as recorded in the middle-length discourses. O Agavesena, those venerable ascetics or Brahmins who live without renouncing bodily desires, whose inner desires have not been well eliminated, not well subdued, those venerable ascetics or Brahmins cannot attain supreme enlightenment. But those venerable ascetics or Brahmins who live renouncing bodily desires, and whose inner desires have been well eliminated, well subdued, those venerable ascetics or Brahmins can attain the knowledge and vision of supreme enlightenment. ***. These 3 similes taught the ascetic Gautama that to practice meditation effectively, one must renounce desires and unwholesome states. Therefore, later when teaching meditation, the prerequisite for meditation is to renounce desires and unwholesome states. If one is still immersed in desires and performs unwholesome actions, one cannot practice meditation effectively. These valuable experiences were applied by the Buddha when he taught meditation. Fourth experience ***. Another experience came to the ascetic Gautama. After 6 years of fruitless, austere practices, he wondered if there was another path that could lead him to enlightenment. Here are his reflections as he sought another path, as recorded in the great discourse to Sakaka. But with such severe austerity, I still have not attained the superhuman states, the knowledge and vision worthy of the noble ones. Is there another path to enlightenment? O Agavesena. Then I thought, I recall when my father of the Sakyan clan was plowing, and I was sitting in the cool shade of a rose-apple tree. I entered and dwelt in the first jhana, a state of joy and happiness born of seclusion, accompanied by applied and sustained thought. While dwelling thus, I thought, could this be the path to enlightenment? And following that thought, this realization arose in me. This is indeed the path to enlightenment. With this experience, the ascetic Gautama practiced meditation and attained the first jhana, the second jhana, the third jhana, and the fourth jhana. Then, from the fourth jhana, he directed his mind to the 3 knowledges and finally attained enlightenment, realizing the holy fruit and becoming the fully enlightened one. We record here his experience of practicing meditation and attaining enlightenment as described in the great discourse to Sakaka. And so, O Agavesena, after eating solid food and regaining strength, I entered and dwelt in the first jhana, a state of joy and happiness born of seclusion, accompanied by applied and sustained thought. O Agavesena, such feelings arose in me but did not dominate my mind. With the stilling of applied and sustained thought, I entered and dwelt in the second jhana, a state of joy and happiness born of concentration, free from applied and sustained thought, with inner tranquility and unification of mind. O Agavesena, such happiness arose in me, but did not dominate my mind. With the fading away of joy, I dwelt equanimous, mindful, and clearly aware, experiencing happiness with the body, and entered and dwelt in the third jhana, which the noble ones describe as equanimous, mindful, and dwelling in happiness. O Agavesena, such happiness arose in me, but did not dominate my mind. With the abandonment of pleasure and pain, and with the previous disappearance of joy and grief, I entered and dwelt in the fourth jhana, which is neither painful nor pleasant, with purity of mindfulness due to equanimity. O Agavasana, such feelings arose in me. Asterisk. Then, with the mind concentrated in the fourth jhana, the ascetic Gautama directed his mind to the knowledge of past lives, to the divine eye, and to the destruction of taints. Through such understanding, my mind was liberated from the taint of sensual desire, from the taint of existence, from the taint of ignorance. With liberation, there arose the knowledge, I am liberated. I understood, birth is destroyed, the holy life has been lived, what had to be done has been done. There is no more coming to any state of being. O Agavasana, this was the third knowledge I attained in the last watch of the night. Ignorance was dispelled, knowledge arose, darkness was dispelled, light arose, as I dwelt diligent, ardent, and resolute. Asterisk. Post-enlightenment life, asterisk, asterisk. After the Buddha attained enlightenment, his distinctive way of life, as depicted in the Pali Canon, was teaching the Dhamma for the welfare of beings and practicing meditation for liberation. Indeed, the two most dynamic images of the Buddha as the founder of Buddhism are teaching the Dhamma and practicing meditation. In his daily life, apart from his duty to teach the Dhamma, the Buddha fully lived a life of meditation. In the morning, he went for alms, ate his meal, and then went deep into the forest or mountains to meditate. In the afternoon, the Buddha often rose from solitary meditation, indicating that he also meditated in the afternoon. At night, in the first watch, he walked back and forth. In the second watch, he walked and sat in meditation. In the third watch, he lay down in the lion's posture to rest. Upon waking, he again walked and sat in meditation. When he entered parinirvana, he did so from the state of meditation. Emerging from the fourth jhana, he entered the third jhana. Emerging from the third, he entered the second. Emerging from the second, he entered the first. Emerging from the first, he entered the second again. From the second, he entered the third. From the third, he entered the fourth. And upon emerging from the fourth jhana, he immediately passed into parinirvana. We often encounter two pieces of advice from the Buddha to the monks. O monks, when you gather together, there are two things to do. Either discuss the Dhamma or maintain the noble silence. Asterisk, and the noble silence here is meditation. The second teaching is the Buddha's advice on practicing meditation. O monks, here are the roots of trees. Here are empty dwellings. Meditate. O monks, do not be heedless. Do not later regret it. This is my instruction to you. Asterisk. And when he was about to enter parinirvana, the Buddha repeatedly emphasized that the supreme way of life for a monk is to practice concentration and insight meditation. And, Ananda, a monk dwells contemplating the body and the body, feelings and feelings, mind and mind, mental objects and mental objects, ardent, clearly aware, mindful, having removed covetousness and grief concerning the world. Thus, Ananda, a monk is a lamp unto himself, a refuge unto himself, not seeking refuge in anyone else, using the Dhamma as a lamp, using the Dhamma as a refuge, not seeking refuge elsewhere. Those, Ananda, are the supreme among my monks. Asterisk. This teaching of the Buddha is indeed advice to practice meditation. For a teacher who had such extensive experience with meditation before enlightenment, who discovered the path of morality, concentration, and wisdom leading to enlightenment and liberation, in which meditation holds a crucial position, and who, upon enlightenment and until parinirvana, continue to have personal experiences with meditation. Moreover, from the time of enlightenment until parinirvana, he lived a daily life of meditation for present happiness, and to encourage his disciples to practice. And throughout his 45 years of teaching, his instructions were about practicing meditation. Even at the moment near parinirvana, his final encouragement to his disciples was to practice meditation. For such a teacher, naturally, meditation occupies a position of both priority and importance in the scriptures he taught. What is meditation and its characteristics? Asterisk, asterisk. So now, let us understand what meditation is and what its characteristics are. The word tien comes from the Pali word jhana, from the Sanskrit dhyana, defined by Venerable Buddhaghosa as follows. Rama Upanijanato Pakanika Japanato Va Jhana, asterisk meaning, Due to meditating on chosen objects and burning away opposing factors, it is called jhana. Thus, jhana means selecting an object and meditating on it, thereby gaining the ability to burn away opposing factors, which here refer to hindrances and fetters of defilements. The definition of meditation in the scriptures is often embedded within the context of morality, concentration, and wisdom, and refers to concentration, which is meditation. These definitions are detailed with many examples and can be analyzed into stages such as preparing for meditation, ***, eliminating the hindrances, ***, attaining the first jhana up to the fourth jhana, ***, A, preparing for meditation, ***, after fulfilling the aggregate of morality, meaning guarding the senses, moderation in eating, alertness, and mindfulness, the practitioner chooses a secluded place, such as a forest, the foot of a tree, a mountain ravine, a cave, a charnel ground, a jungle thicket, an open space, or a heap of straw. After going for alms and eating, he sits cross-legged with his back straight and establishes mindfulness in front of him. In preparing for meditation, we see clearly that the practitioner must observe morality, that is, live a pure and wholesome life to be able to meditate. In other words, meditation is only effective when the practitioner's way of life is free from desires and unwholesome states. Those who eat a lot, sleep a lot, naturally find it difficult to meditate. Those who are infatuated with the five senses, infatuated with alcohol, who perform unwholesome actions in body, speech, and mind, naturally find it difficult to meditate. In summary, the meditator must live a wholesome and pure life for meditation to be effective. B, eliminating the hindrances, ***. He abandons covetousness for the world, dwells with a mind free from covetousness, and purifies his mind from covetousness. He abandons ill will, dwells with a mind free from ill will, compassionate for the welfare of all living beings, and purifies his mind from ill will. He abandons sloth and torpor, dwells with mind directed to light, mindful and clearly aware, and purifies his mind from sloth and torpor. He abandons restlessness and remorse, dwells without restlessness, with serene mind, and purifies his mind from restlessness and remorse. He abandons doubt, dwells having overcome doubt, without uncertainty about wholesome states, and purifies his mind from doubt. These five hindrances can defile the mind and weaken wisdom, so they must be eliminated to achieve clarity and develop wisdom. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha clearly stated the methods to eliminate these five hindrances. The perception of foulness, O monks, if attended to properly, prevents an arisen sensual desire from arising and eliminates arisen sensual desire. The liberation of the mind through loving kindness, O monks, if attended to properly, prevents an arisen ill will from arising and eliminates arisen ill will. One who is energetic, O monks, prevents an arisen sloth and torpor from arising, and eliminates arisen sloth and torpor. One with a clear and tranquil mind, O monks, prevents an arisen doubt from arising, and eliminates arisen doubt. Asterisk, the Great Discourse at the Horse Village states, Asterisk, O monks, just as a person in debt engages in various occupations, and if these occupations prosper, he not only pays off his old debts, but also has surplus money to support his wife. He thinks, previously I was in debt, so I engaged in various occupations. These occupations prospered, and I not only paid off my old debts, but also have surplus money to support my wife. Because of this, he is happy and joyful. O monks, just as a person suffering from a severe illness, with poor digestion and weak body, after some time recovers, digests food well, and regains strength, he thinks, previously I was ill, suffering severely, with poor digestion and weak body. Now I am cured, digest food well, and have regained strength. Because of this, he is happy and joyful. Asterisk. O monks, just as a person imprisoned in jail, after some time is released, safe and secure, with no loss of property, he thinks, previously I was imprisoned, but now I am released, safe and secure, with no loss of property. Because of this, he is happy and joyful. O monks, just as a slave, not independent, dependent on others, unable to go where he wishes, after some time is freed from slavery, becomes independent, not dependent on others, a free person able to go where he wishes. He thinks, previously I was a slave, not independent, dependent on others, unable to go where I wished. Now I am free from slavery, independent, not dependent on others, a free person able to go where I wish. Because of this, he is happy and joyful. O monks, just as a wealthy person with much property, while crossing a desert, after some time safely crosses a desert, reaches the edge of a village safe, without danger, with no loss of property. He thinks, previously I was wealthy with much property, crossing the desert. Now I have safely crossed the desert, safe, without danger, with no loss of property. Because of this, he is happy and joyful. Similarly, O monks, a monk contemplates the 5 hindrances not yet abandoned within himself as a debt, as a disease, as a prison, as slavery, as a journey through a desert. O monks, just as one is free from debt, free from disease, released from prison, free from slavery, on safe ground, so too, O monks, a monk contemplates the 5 hindrances when they are abandoned. Thus, for the meditator, the 5 hindrances act as a burden, as bondage, and eliminating them means lightening the burden and releasing the bondage. When the 5 hindrances are eliminated, the meditator truly enters meditation through a process described in the Tathāgata Sutta. When he contemplates that he has abandoned the 5 hindrances within himself, gladness arises. From gladness, joy arises. With a joyful mind, the body becomes tranquil. With a tranquil body, happiness arises. With happiness, the mind becomes concentrated. C. Attaining the 1st jhana up to the 4th jhana, The Buddha explained in detail the 4 jhanas, attained in sequence, along with their factors. 1st jhana, After eliminating these 5 hindrances, which defile the mind and weaken wisdom, he, secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states, enters and dwells in the 1st jhana, which is accompanied by applied and sustained thought with rapture and happiness born of seclusion. He pervades, drenches, fills, and permeates this very body with the rapture and happiness born of seclusion. There is no part of his whole body that is not pervaded by the rapture and happiness born of seclusion. O monks, just as a skilled bath attendant or his apprentice, having sprinkled bath powder into a bronze dish, gradually kneads it with water, so that the bath ball is saturated and permeated with moisture inside and out, but does not ooze moisture. Similarly, O monks, he pervades, drenches, fills, and permeates this very body with the rapture and happiness born of seclusion. There is no part of his whole body that is not pervaded by the rapture and happiness born of seclusion. 2nd jhana, Furthermore, O monks, with the stilling of applied and sustained thought, he enters and dwells in the 2nd jhana, which has internal confidence and unification of mind, is without applied and sustained thought, and is filled with rapture and happiness born of concentration. He pervades, drenches, fills, and permeates this very body with the rapture and happiness born of concentration. There is no part of his whole body that is not pervaded by the rapture and happiness born of concentration. O monks, just as a lake with water welling up from within, with no inflow from the east, west, north, or south, and with the skies supplying abundant rain, so that the cool water welling up from within the lake would pervade, drench, fill, and permeate the lake with cool water, there will be no part of the lake not pervaded by cool water. Similarly, O monks, he pervades, drenches, fills, and permeates this very body with the rapture and happiness born of concentration. There is no part of his whole body that is not pervaded by the rapture and happiness born of concentration. 3rd jhana, Furthermore, O monks, with the fading away of rapture, he dwells equanimous, mindful, and clearly aware, and experiences happiness with the body. He enters and dwells in the 3rd jhana, of which the noble ones declare. He is equanimous, mindful, one who dwells happily. He pervades, drenches, fills, and permeates his very body with happiness without rapture. There is no part of his whole body that is not pervaded by happiness without rapture. O monks, just as in a pond of blue, red, or white lotuses, some lotuses are born in the water, grow in the water, do not rise above the water, and are nourished under water. From their tips to their roots, They are pervaded, drenched, filled, and permeated with cool water. There is no part of those lotuses not pervaded by cool water. Similarly, O monks, he pervades, drenches, fills, and permeates this very body with happiness without rapture. There is no part of his whole body that is not pervaded by happiness without rapture. Asterisk. Fourth jhana, asterisk, asterisk. Furthermore, O monks, with the abandonment of pleasure and pain, and with the previous disappearance of joy and grief, he enters and dwells in the fourth jhana, which is neither painful nor pleasant, with purity of mindfulness due to equanimity. He sits pervading this body with a pure, bright mind, so that there is no part of his whole body not pervaded by the pure, bright mind. O monks! Just as a man might sit covered from head to foot with a white cloth, so that there is no part of his whole body not covered by the white cloth. Similarly, O monks, he sits pervading this body with a pure, bright mind. There is no part of his whole body not pervaded by the pure, bright mind. Asterisk. Observations, asterisk, asterisk. From these passages, we can make several observations. Transformation of hindrances, asterisk, asterisk. Meditation is the concentration of the mind on an object, and through this concentration, it has the ability to transform the 5 hindrances, sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and remorse, and doubt, into the 5 jhana factors, applied thought, sustained thought, rapture, happiness, and one-pointedness. Applied thought replaces sloth and torpor. Sustained thought replaces doubt. Rapture replaces ill will. Happiness replaces restlessness and remorse. And one-pointedness replaces sensual desire. Applied thought asterisk means directing the mind to the object. Sustained thought asterisk means keeping the mind on the object. The mind no longer wanders other objects, thus counteracting sloth and torpor. And since the mind is firmly fixed on the object, doubt and uncertainty disappear. Rapture asterisk is mental comfort, and happiness is physical comfort. Thus, practicing meditation brings mental and physical comfort to the practitioner. This rapture and happiness, born of seclusion, pervade the entire body of the practitioner, leaving no part untouched. Like bath powder kneaded with water, a cool spring welling up in a lake, lotuses saturated with water, or a person covered with a white cloth. Present happiness asterisk asterisk. Thus, the meditator experiences rapture and happiness pervading the entire body, and for this reason, meditation is called dwelling happily in the present. What may surprise many is that meditation leads to mental comfort, contrary to the worldly view that meditation is something austere, strange, secretive, and escapist. Therefore, the 2 jhana factors of rapture and happiness will pervade the meditator as excellent supporting conditions for meditation, and it is rapture and happiness that lead to concentration, as we will see in the following process. From gladness, rapture arises. From rapture, the body becomes tranquil. From a tranquil body, happiness arises. From happiness, concentration arises. Asterisk. Thus, concentration arises from happiness. Happiness arises from a tranquil body, which comes from a joyful mind, and a joyful mind comes from gladness. Gladness, rapture, and happiness play a crucial role in initiating concentration. In other words, the state of rapture and happiness leads to concentration. Therefore, it is strange to hear cases where meditation leads to madness, paralysis, bursting eyes, etc. How can a state of rapture and happiness lead to such harmful results? This is impossible. Progressive purification asterisk asterisk. Another observation is that in the first jhana, all 5 jhana factors, applied thought, sustained thought, rapture, happiness, and one-pointedness, are present. In the second jhana, applied and sustained thought are abandoned. In the third jhana, rapture is abandoned. In the fourth jhana, happiness is replaced by equanimity, leaving only equanimity and one-pointedness. This indicates a gradual purification of the jhana factors that can cause mental disturbance. In the first jhana, applied thought is needed to direct the mind to the object, and sustained thought to fix it there. So the mind must be active to avoid falling into sloth and torpor or doubt. Because of this activity, there is naturally some disturbance. Therefore, in the second jhana, applied and sustained thought are abandoned, leaving only rapture, happiness, and one-pointedness. But the rapture in the second jhana still causes some disturbance. So in the third jhana, rapture is abandoned, leaving only equanimous mindfulness and happiness. Then, in the fourth jhana, happiness, which can still cause disturbance, is replaced by equanimity, leaving only equanimity and one-pointedness. And the fourth jhana is called purity of mindfulness due to equanimity. The following passage clearly states that the first three jhanas are still subject to disturbance, while only the fourth jhana is called unshakable. Here, Udayi, a monk, secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states, enters and dwells in the first jhana, which is accompanied by applied and sustained thought, with rapture and happiness born of seclusion. This jhana, Udayi, I say is subject to disturbance. Here, applied and sustained thought have not been stilled, and these applied and sustained thoughts are subject to disturbance. Here, Udayi, with the stilling of applied and sustained thought, a monk enters and dwells in the second jhana, which is internal confidence and unification of mind, is without applied and sustained thought, and is filled with rapture and happiness born of concentration. This jhana, Udayi, I say is subject to disturbance. And what is the disturbance here? Here, rapture and happiness have not been stilled, and this rapture and happiness are subject to disturbance. Here, Udayi, with the fading away of rapture, a monk dwells equanimous, mindful, and clearly aware, experiencing happiness with the body, and enters and dwells in the third jhana, of which the noble ones declare. He is equanimous, mindful, one who dwells happily. This jhana, Udayi, I say is subject to disturbance. And what is the disturbance here? Here, happiness has not been stilled, and this happiness is subject to disturbance. Here, Udayi, with the abandonment of pleasure and pain, and with the previous disappearance of joy and grief, a monk enters and dwells in the fourth jhana, which is neither painful nor pleasant, with purity of mindfulness due to equanimity. This jhana, Udayi, I say is not subject to disturbance. Asterisk. This passage illustrates the purification of the jhana factors from the first to the fourth jhana. The thorn metaphor asterisk. A new image used by the Buddha is that of thorn, and in meditation, sound is considered a thorn for first jhana, applied and sustained thought for the second, rapture for the third, and in and out breathing for the fourth. For one who has attained the first jhana, noise is a thorn. For one who has attained the second jhana, applied and sustained thought are a thorn. For one who has attained the third jhana, rapture is a thorn. For one who has attained the fourth jhana, in and out breathing is a thorn. Asterisk. They are called thorns because these factors hinder the one-pointedness of the meditator and prevent the attainment of the desired jhana. Summary asterisk. In summary, meditation is a wholesome and pure way of life, an upward-leading educational method that helps eliminate the 5 hindrances: sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and remorse and doubt, replacing it with the 5 jhana factors: applied thought, sustained thought, rapture, happiness, and one-pointedness. These superior mental states bring happiness in the present, and therefore, these 4 jhanas are also called superior mind dwelling happily in the present. Benefits and functions of meditation asterisk. Now, we move to another issue. What benefits does meditation bring? Or, in other words, what are the functions of meditation according to Buddha's teachings? Here, we will only mention 4 benefits or functions of meditation. 1. Meditation has the ability to eliminate desires, making it so that the evil one cannot find a way. 2. Meditation has the ability to counteract fear. 3. Meditation brings meditative happiness to the practitioner. 4. Meditation leads to the attainment of wisdom, to enlightenment and liberation, to nibbana. 1. Eliminating desires asterisk. One function of meditation is to help free oneself from the influence of the 5 strands of sensual pleasure, meaning that through meditation, the practitioner can effectively eliminate desires. The following passage from the Ānāpānasati Sutta, MN 26, clearly states a function of meditation in eliminating desires. O monks, those ascetics or Brahmins who are bound, infatuated, and intoxicated by these 5 strands of sensual pleasure, not seeing their danger, should be understood as they have fallen into misfortune, into disaster, and are used by the evil one as he wishes. O monks, just as a deer living in the forest, caught in a trap, lies down, that deer should be understood as it has fallen into misfortune, into disaster and is used by the hunter as he wishes. When the hunter comes, the deer cannot go where it wishes. O monks, those ascetics or Brahmins who are not bound, not infatuated, not intoxicated by these 5 strands of sensual pleasure, who see their danger, know well to escape from them, and use them, should be understood as, they have not fallen into misfortune, not into disaster, and are not used by the evil one as he wishes. Asterisk. O monks, just as a deer living in the forest, not caught in a trap, lies down, that deer should be understood as, it has not fallen into misfortune, not into disaster, and is not used by the hunter as he wishes. When the hunter comes, the deer can go where it wishes. Asterisk. O monks, for just as a deer living in the forest roams in the forest, confidently it walks, confidently it stands, confidently it sits, confidently it lies down. Why? Because it is beyond the reach of the hunter. Asterisk. Similarly, O monks, a monk, secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states, enters and dwells in the first jhana, which is accompanied by applied and sustained thought, with rapture and happiness born of seclusion. O monks, that monk is said to have blinded the evil one, to have obliterated all traces, to have gone beyond the sight of the evil one. Furthermore, O monks, with the stilling of applied and sustained thought, a monk enters and dwells in the second jhana. Furthermore, O monks, with the fading away of rapture, a monk enters and dwells in the third jhana. Furthermore, O monks, with the abandonment of pleasure and pain, a monk enters and dwells in the fourth jhana. O monks, that monk is said to have blinded the evil one, to have obliterated all traces, to have gone beyond the sight of the evil one. Asterisk. In the lesser discourse on the mass of suffering, the Buddha spoke of his own experience before enlightenment regarding the 5 strands of sensual pleasure, stating that without meditation, he could not eliminate them. O Mahanama, in the past when I was a bodhisattva, not yet enlightened, not yet fully awakened, I clearly saw with right wisdom. Sensual pleasures are of little satisfaction, much suffering, much despair, and the danger in them is even greater. Although I clearly saw this with right wisdom, I had not yet attained the joy and happiness that arise from renunciation, from the abandonment of unwholesome states, or any other higher state, and thus I knew that I was still under the influence of sensual pleasures. But when I clearly saw with right wisdom, and attained the joy and happiness that arise from renunciation, then I was free from the influence of sensual pleasures. Asterisk. In the discourse on the bait, the Buddha used a simile of 4 herds of deer to illustrate how meditation counteracts the 5 strands of sensual pleasure, blinding the evil one. First herd, asterisk, asterisk. Seeing the bait laid by hunters, they entered, ate it, became infatuated, and fell into the hunter's hands. Second herd, asterisk, asterisk. Seeing the first herd's experience, they fled into the forest, avoiding the bait. But in the summer, lacking water and food, they returned, ate the bait, and met the same fate. Third herd, asterisk, asterisk. More cunning, they hid near the bait, ate it without entering or becoming infatuated, avoiding the hunter's hands initially. But the hunters tracked them down and caught them. Fourth herd, asterisk, asterisk. Very wise, learning from the previous 3. They hid without leaving traces, approached the bait without entering or becoming infatuated, and escaped the hunter's trap. The hunters represent the evil one. The bait represents the 5 strands of sensual pleasure. The herds represent ascetics and Brahmins practicing. The first herd represents those who indulge in sensual pleasures and become victims of the evil one. The second herd represents those who renounce worldly things and live austerely in the forest, but in the summer, weakened, they return to the bait and become victims. The third herd learns from the first 2, neither indulging nor fleeing, but hiding near the bait and eating without attachment, initially escaping the evil one. However, they develop wrong views, e.g., is the world eternal or not, and thus do not fully escape the evil one's power. The fourth herd represents those who, learning from the others, neither indulge in nor cling to sensual pleasures, so the evil one cannot trace them. They make a hiding place unreachable by the evil one and his followers, avoiding infatuation, and thus not becoming subject to the evil one's will. Asterisk. And the Buddha taught, O monks, how is it that the evil one and his followers cannot reach them? Here, O monks, a monk enters and dwells in the first jhana, the second jhana, the third jhana, the fourth jhana, which is neither painful nor pleasant, with purity of mindfulness due to equanimity. Thus he is said to have blinded the evil one, severed the evil one's sight, leaving no trace of the evil one to find a way. Asterisk. 2. Counteracting fear asterisk asterisk. One strength of meditation is that it brings fearlessness to the practitioner. The discourse on the Devas mentions a battle between the Devas and the Asuras. The Devas lost the first battle and fled, pursued by the Asuras. They fought a second battle, lost again and fled, pursued by the Asuras. In the third battle, they lost again, fled, and hid in the Deva city, knowing the Asuras could not attack them there. The Devas thought, now we have reached the refuge of the fearful. We live with ourselves, with nothing to do with the Asuras. O monks, the Asuras thought, now the Devas have reached the refuge of the fearful. They live with themselves, with nothing to do with us. Asterisk. Similarly, O monks, while a monk enters and dwells in first jhana, the second jhana, the third jhana, the fourth jhana, he thinks, by reaching this refuge from fear, I live with myself, with nothing to do with the evil one. And the evil one thinks, by reaching this refuge from fear, the monk lives with himself, with nothing to do with me. Thus, O monks, he is said to have blinded the evil one, severed the evil one's sight, leaving no trace of the evil one to find a way. Asterisk. In the discourse to Upali, the Buddha spoke of meditation strength and advised that only monks who practice meditation should dwell in remote forests. Venerable Upali wished to practice in remote dwellings. The Buddha taught, it is not easy to live in remote forests and highlands, in secluded dwellings. The solitary life is difficult to endure, hard to enjoy. I think the forest disturbed the mind of a monk who has not attained meditation. O Upali, if someone says, though I have not attained meditation, I will live in remote forests and highlands, in secluded dwellings, he can be expected to either sink or float. Asterisk. Then the Buddha used a simile. A large elephant can enter a deep lake, bathe, play elephant games, and climb out safely because its large body finds footing in the water. But a cat or rabbit, seeing the elephant, imitates it, thinking, if the elephant can do it, so can I. Without reflection, it jumps in and is expected to sink or float because its small body cannot find footing. Similarly, O Upali, if someone says, though I have not attained concentration, I will live in remote forests and highlands, in secluded dwellings, he can be expected to sink or float. Thus, meditation brings us fearlessness, calming all panic and trembling, enabling practitioner to live in deep, wild forests without fear. Asterisk. Here, we rely on the example of 10 nuns from the Sayadaw Nikaya, from a Victa Vajrayana. All 10 face the evil one without any fleeing in panic, because they all practice meditation. 3. Bringing meditative happiness asterisk asterisk. Another ability of meditation is to bring joy and happiness to practitioner. From the first jhana with joy and happiness born of seclusion, to the second jhana with joy and happiness born of concentration, to the third jhana without joy, only equanimous mindfulness and happiness, to the fourth jhana with purity of mindfulness due to equanimity. Each level of happiness is progressively more refined, and these joys do not dominate the practitioner's mind but allow them to dwell happily in the present, as defined by the term Dhyana-Hamasukkhavir, dwelling happily in the present. Thus, meditation brings joy and happiness, acting like nourishment called contact food, fostering optimism, effort, diligence, enthusiasm, and strength, rather than illness, madness, mental disturbance, world weariness, or negativity, as some mistakenly attribute to meditation. 4. Leading to wisdom, liberation, and nibbana asterisk asterisk. One of meditation's most marvelous functions is leading to wisdom, from wisdom to liberation, and to the knowledge of liberation, following the process of morality, concentration, wisdom, liberation, and knowledge of liberation. First process asterisk asterisk. From the fourth jhana, with a concentrated, pure, bright, untainted, free from defilements, pliant, workable, steady, and calm mind, the practitioner directs a mind to the knowledge of past lives, to the divine eye, and to the destruction of the taints. He knows as it really is, This is suffering. This is the origin of suffering. This is a cessation of suffering. This is a path leading to the cessation of suffering. These are the taints. This is the origin of the taints. This is the cessation of the taints. This is a path leading to the cessation of the taints. Through such understanding and realization, his mind is liberated from the taint of sensual desire, from the taint of existence, from the taint of ignorance. With liberation, there arises a knowledge. I am liberated. He understands. Birth is destroyed. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more coming to any state of being. Asterisk. Second process, asterisk, asterisk. Another process of liberation is mentioned in the Discourse on the Eightfold City, where concentration and wisdom, calming and insight are practiced together from the first jhana to insight, the second jhana to insight, the third jhana to insight, and the fourth jhana to insight, leading to the elimination of the taints. Here, O householder, a monk, secluded from sensual pleasures, secluded from unwholesome states, enters and dwells in the first jhana. He reflects and understands. This first jhana is conditioned, formed by thought. It is impermanent, subject to cessation. Dwelling firmly here, he eliminates the taints. And if the taints are not yet eliminated due to attachment to this state, due to delight in this state, he eliminates the 5 lower fetters, becomes spontaneously born being, enters and abandons that realm, and does not return to this world. Thus, O householder, this is a unique Dhamma declared by the Blessed One, the Wise One, the Seer, the Arahant, the fully enlightened one. If a monk, not heedless, ardent, and resolute, practices this Dhamma, his unliberated mind becomes liberated, his uneliminated taints are eliminated, and the unsurpassed security from bondage not yet attained is attained. Similarly for the second jhana, the third jhana, and the fourth jhana. Asterisk. General observation, asterisk, asterisk. Looking at meditation broadly, we see its crucial role in the process of morality, concentration, and wisdom, helping us eliminate desires so the evil one cannot find a way, eliminating fears, bringing joy and happiness, mental and physical comfort, and health to body and mind, and ultimately leading to wisdom, mental liberation, and wisdom liberation. Through these definitions, we see that meditation is a method with unique and diverse definitions and characteristics. It is a harmony between human effort and natural forces, achieved in meditation posture, time, and setting. It has the ability to discern the good, direct toward the good, and aim for the good as its goal. It can be seen as an education in feelings, fostering positive feelings like rapture, happiness, and equanimity, and abandoning negative ones like suffering and grief. It is a psychological education, eliminating unwholesome mental states like the 5 hindrances in greed, hatred, and delusion, replacing them with wholesome states like the 5 jhana factors, absence of greed, hatred, and delusion. In summary, meditation is a stage following morality and leading to wisdom, i.e., insight meditation. Introduction to the Ānāpānasati meditation method asterisk asterisk. Here, we introduce a meditation method we discovered while translating the Sutta Nikaya. We summarize it for you, especially so you can practice it, evaluate it correctly, and enjoy its benefits. This is the Ānāpānasati method, translated as mindfulness of breathing in and out, described in the Discourse on One Dhamma. There is one Dhamma, O monks, that when cultivated and fully developed, brings great fruit and great benefit. What is that one Dhamma? Mindfulness of breathing in and out. And how, O monks, is mindfulness of breathing in and out cultivated and fully developed to bring great fruit and great benefit? Asterisk. Here, O monks, a monk goes to a forest, the foot of a tree, or an empty dwelling, sits cross-legged with his back straight, and establishes mindfulness in front of him. He breathes in mindfully. He breathes out mindfully. Asterisk. Breathing in long, he knows, I breathe in long. Breathing out long, he knows, I breathe out long. Breathing in short, he knows, I breathe in short. Breathing out short, he knows, I breathe out short. Asterisk. Experiencing the whole body, I will breathe in. He trains himself. Experiencing the whole body, I will breathe out. He trains himself. Calming the bodily formation, I will breathe in. He trains himself. Calming the bodily formation, I will breathe out. he trains himself, asterisk. Experiencing rapture, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Experiencing rapture, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Experiencing happiness, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Experiencing happiness, I will breathe out, he trains himself, asterisk. Experiencing the mental formation, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Experiencing the mental formation, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Calming the mental formation, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Calming the mental formation, I will breathe out, he trains himself, asterisk. Experiencing the mind, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Experiencing the mind, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Gladdening the mind, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Gladdening the mind, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Concentrating the mind, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Concentrating the mind, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Liberating the mind, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Liberating the mind, I will breathe out, he trains himself, asterisk. Contemplating impermanence, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Contemplating impermanence, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Contemplating dispassion, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Contemplating dispassion, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Contemplating cessation, I will breathe in, he trains himself. Contemplating cessation, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Contemplating relinquishment, I will breathe out, he trains himself. Asterisk, cultivated and fully developed in this way. O monks, mindfulness of breathing in and out brings great fruit and great benefit. Asterisk, confirmation and benefits, asterisk, asterisk. The Buddha confirmed that this method leads to two fruits. Mindfulness of breathing in and out, cultivated and fully developed in this way. O monks, can be expected to yield one of two fruits. Perfect knowledge in this very life, or if there's a residue of clinging, the state of non-return. Asterisk, it helps the practitioner overcome physical and mental agitation. Through such cultivation and full development, O monks, the body is neither agitated nor shaken. The mind is neither agitated nor shaken. Asterisk, before enlightenment, the Buddha practiced this method without tiring his body or eyes, and his mind was liberated from the taints. O monks, before my enlightenment, while still a bodhisattva, I dwelt much in this abiding mindfulness of breathing. Because I dwelt much in this abiding, my body and eyes were not fatigued, and my mind was liberated from the taints without grasping. Therefore, O monks, if a monk wishes, may my body and eyes not be fatigued, and may my mind be liberated from the taints without grasping. This concentration on mindfulness of breathing in and out should be well attended to. Asterisk, some monks, contemplating the body's impurity and becoming disgusted with it, took knives to end their lives. Hearing this, the Buddha gathered the monks, reprimanded them, and taught this method. O monks, this concentration on mindfulness of breathing in and out, when cultivated and fully developed, is peaceful, sublime, pure, a happy dwelling, causing evil, unwholesome states, whether arisen or unarisen, to vanish and subside immediately. Just as, O monks, at the end of the summer month, dust and dirt rise, and an unseasonal heavy rain makes them vanish and subside immediately. Similarly, O monks, this concentration on mindfulness of breathing in and out, when cultivated and fully developed, is peaceful, sublime, pure, a happy dwelling, causing evil, unwholesome states to vanish and subside immediately. Asterisk, guidance on practicing the 16 themes, asterisk, asterisk. When cultivating the 16 themes, on the body, feelings, mind, and mental objects, the Buddha taught how to focus the mind for results. O Ananda, a monk dwells contemplating the body and the body, ardent, clearly aware, mindful, having removed covetousness and grief concerning the world. Why? O monks, I declare that this depends on the body, namely breathing in and out. Therefore, O Ananda, contemplating the body and the body, he dwells ardent, clearly aware, mindful, having removed covetousness and grief. O Ananda, I declare that this concentration on mindfulness of breathing in and out is not for one who is unmindful or unaware. Therefore, O Ananda, contemplating the mind in the mind, he dwells ardent, clearly aware, mindful, having removed covetousness and grief. O Ananda, contemplating mental objects and mental objects, he dwells ardent, clearly aware, mindful, having removed covetousness and grief. Having eradicated covetousness and grief, seeing with wisdom, he dwells skillfully in equanimity, asterisk. Just as, O Ananda, at a crossroad a large pile of dust is reduced by carts coming from the east, west, north, and south. Similarly, O Ananda, a monk dwelling contemplating the body and the body reduces evil, unwholesome states, contemplating feelings and feelings, contemplating mental objects and mental objects reduces evil, unwholesome states. Asterisk. Observations on Ānāpānasati asterisk asterisk. From these teachings, we analyze and note the following about the Ānāpānasati method. 1.4 Foundations of Mindfulness asterisk asterisk. This method belongs to the 4 foundations of mindfulness, addressing 4 bases for establishing mindfulness: body, feelings, mind, and mental objects. It involves 16 themes: 4 on the body, 4 on feeling, 4 on the mind, and 4 on mental objects. The practitioner, while breathing in and out, contemplates these 16 themes related to the breath. 2. Concentration and insight together asterisk asterisk. Includes both concentration and wisdom, calming and insight. Both calming and insight, concentration and wisdom, are practiced together. Using applied and sustained thought to fix the mind on the breath is calming, is concentration. Using wisdom to contemplate the 16 chosen themes is insight, is wisdom. 3. Key actions asterisk asterisk. Since it combines calming and insight, concentration and wisdom, 2 main actions are noted. First, using applied and sustained thought to direct and fix the mind on the breath throughout the meditation session, without leaving it for a moment, counteracting sloth and torpor, restlessness, and doubt. The mind does not stray from the breath until reaching the 4th jhana, when it may leave the breath. Second, using wisdom to contemplate the 16 themes from the 1st to the 16th continuously, striving to realize each theme being contemplated. This method emphasizes training the human mind according to the chosen theme. For example, to feel rapture and happiness, one trains, asterisk, experiencing rapture, I will breathe in. Experiencing rapture, I will breathe out. Experiencing happiness, I will breathe in. Experiencing happiness, I will breathe out. Asterisk. To calm the mind, one trains. Asterisk. Calming the mental formation, I will breathe in. Calming the mental formation, I will breathe out. Asterisk. To concentrate the mind, one trains. Asterisk. Concentrating the mind, I will breathe in. Concentrating the mind, I will breathe out. Asterisk. Depending on what one wishes to cultivate or contemplate, one focuses entirely on that, akin to self-suggestion but supported by concentration, unlike ordinary self-suggestion. It can be seen as a psychological training method, selecting and developing specific mental states as needed. 4. Fruits asterisk asterisk. As the Buddha taught, this method yields perfect knowledge in the present life or, with residual clinging, the state of non-return, leading to the ultimate goal of enlightenment and liberation. 5. Benefits asterisk asterisk. It helps control physical and mental agitation, prevents fatigue of body and eyes, and is peaceful, sublime, pure, causing no harm to body or mind, instead fostering present happiness. It eradicates covetousness and grief, reducing unwholesome states. Thus, practicing Ānāpānasati brings no harm to body or mind, involves no charms, gestures, or spells, and is a wholly wholesome, pure, upward-leading educational method benefiting the practitioner through fresh air, regulated breathing, nurtured rapture and happiness, a mind cleansed of hindrances, clear eyes, a healthy body, balanced lungs, heart, and pulse, guiding the practitioner toward enlightenment and liberation. Conclusion asterisk asterisk. We have presented the Buddha's personal experiences with meditation before enlightenment, during enlightenment, throughout his 45 years of teaching, and at parinirvana. We have also presented his fundamental teachings on meditation practice. We have introduced the Ānāpānasati method for Buddhists and scholars to study and practice. If we apply this method in our present life, simply and persistently, perhaps 15 minutes, half an hour, or an hour daily, morning or evening, we will gradually reap its practical benefits. For those focused on health, it provides essential physical and mental well-being, approaching a state of no illness, the ultimate benefit. For those seeking to harmonize inner strength with nature, meditating outdoors in quiet night settings or deep forests brings wondrous sensations. For those aiming to educate feelings, counteracting suffering and grief with wholesome rapture and happiness, it fosters present happiness and an optimistic outlook. For those delving into psychology and education, cultivating mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom, this method helps achieve the goal of the holy life, mental and wisdom liberation. Let us strive to revive the wholesome meaning of original meditation, applying Ānāpānasati in our daily lives. In doing so, we repay the Buddha's grace and teaching for meditation experiences. Only then can we truly evaluate his meditation method and enjoy its positive influences.